I'll never forget that day. You said, they let me go because of my background, and is that going to be a problem with you? And I told you, absolutely not.
Yep.
That is not going to be a problem. I can start you right now if you want to. And you said, let's go.
Let's get to it.
Let's go. And then me and John were driving away, and you were sitting at a bus stop, and I was like, he's not going to make it. I called the superintendent on the job, and I said, call me and let me know if Larry shows up.
Man, listen.
Let's get after it and make today a win.
Rock thunder so hard yesterday, you can still hear it rolling today.
My wins for yesterday were
big wins for us yesterday was, so my win yesterday was,
these things are like, sweet.
Let's go. Man, listen. Larry, thank you so much for coming on. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Always.
Let's get a listen from you.
Man, listen. I'm going to tell you my wins with Greg Quinlan. You hear me?
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. I think that's even at the intro of the podcast.
Yeah.
I can hear you say it.
All right.
And I love hearing that every day on the Zoom, man. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Because you bring the energy. And I think you really get everybody pumped on that Zoom.
Yeah. But that's my game. That's my motive, man, is to get everybody pumped, keep everybody energized, energetic. You know, that's what it is. When I first came in this company,
Yeah.
it was just, you know, we had Bill, you know, stern, but always want to get the job done, but have fun at the same time. So Robin, you know, I was here in the beginning, not in the beginning, but I've been here a couple of years. So, you know.
You're coming up on what, 3 years? Or are you over 3 years?
Over 3. I'm coming on 4.
Nice. And I'll never forget the day when you first walked through the door, because you had just got let go from another company because they found your background. I'll never forget that day. You said, they let me go because of my background, and is that going to be a problem with you? And I told you, absolutely not.
Yep.
That is not going to be a problem. I can start you right now if you want to. And you said, let's go.
Let's get to it.
Let's go. And then me and John were driving away, and you were sitting at a bus stop, and I was like, he's not going to make it. I called the superintendent on the job, and I said, call me and let me know if Larry shows up.
Yeah.
And you showed up.
I showed up.
And for, I think, the next 6-7 months, you went days straight.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't take a day off.
Mm-mm.
You wanted the weekends because you wanted that money.
I wanted that money. Plus, I was learning.
Yeah.
I was learning. I had good mentors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had you. I had Bill. I've seen John Payne. I had Robin. I had a couple good mentors, man, and they showed me what to do and the steps. And
Right.
And I told you that day I was a fast learner. And once you gave me the reins, you know, my whole goal was not to let you guys down. And that's still my goal to this day.
Yeah.
Is not to let you guys down. This is a home for me. I don't see myself going nowhere else. This is it for me.
You ain't going nowhere.
This is my last stop right here.
Because we're fighting if you try to leave.
That part. We ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? I'm fighting. I'm sitting in that office. I'm gonna bug you guys. But this is it for me, man. This is home. This is family. You guys show me more love than my own family. You know what I mean? And it's amazing, man, to me. Like, from where I come from, to be acknowledged and to be given the responsibilities that you guys put up on me. I never had that before from a company. And I always knew that I work hard for every company I work for. I knew this, but sometimes they just keep you there and you just put your head down and you keep going, because I had kids to take care of. But I knew when I was here, just working side by side with you sometimes and just listening to you, man, and you know, and then, you know, figuring out your background a little bit, you know, and I was like, oh, you know, like, change is possible. You know what I mean? And because, you know, sometimes we think change is possible, then that's it. You get a little bit and it's like you stagnate.
Right.
Because once you get stagnant, or when we get stagnant, we just stay stagnant. We don't try to get out of it. But we're here, it was like, there was no stagnation. It was like, okay, he passed that, let's move him up.
I'm pushing.
You know what I'm saying? He there, let's do that for him. You know what I mean? I'm pushing, and I was just trying to get to each level, to the next level. And like, just like I said, just giving us the responsibilities, man, is something that was never given to us. And you know, you take it and you run with it. You treat it like it's a baby.
And I think that has a lot to do with people and businesses that look at us and our criminal background and think that We're different from others.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, all we're looking for is a second chance.
That's it.
And when me and John realized that and we started looking at the business from a different perspective, and we looked at who some of the most loyal employees were, who were the ones that showed up every single day, who were the ones that put in 100%, who were the ones that communicated, who were the ones that just wanted to learn and grow and become better members of society. And they were the ones that were on parole, probation, people coming off the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And they proved themselves more than the people that have everything and nothing to prove.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
For us, getting that second chance, that second opportunity to change our lives and prove that we do have true potential. We just got stuck in the moment doing some stupid stuff.
That's it.
Right? And getting that chance, given that chance and pushed, because we're human,
Mm-hmm.
we get complacent.
Mm-hmm.
It happens to everybody. It's happened to you.
Yep.
It happens to me sometimes. But we need that push. Hey, you can keep going, keep
Mm-hmm.
going, keep going. Because sometimes we get scared because of the past. We get stuck in that moment. We start thinking about it. Okay, I remember when I was here last time.
Yeah.
I messed up.
Yeah.
I took the wrong turn. Because I don't know. You know, it's like as we grow in life, we hit these moments that we've never been in before. And we try to figure out the right direction to go to make the right decisions, but we don't always know the right decision. So that's why we created this within the business, the second chance movement,
Mm-hmm.
letting people know that they do have true potential to move and grow and push. Don't get complacent. And we communicate on a different level within this business.
Yeah.
We treat each other like family because we're there, and we've brought that leadership level up here to where we've all become mentors to the people underneath us.
Right.
And a lot of us all together have the experience in so many different situations.
Mm-hmm.
And when you bring all that together, it's really hard to fail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I love what we do here.
Me too. And like you said, with different levels of experience, and everybody have experience in certain things, when it all comes together, like in our meetings in the morning, we talk about it, we figure it out. Like I said earlier, we have great mentors, man. We have people we can go to get answers from. You know, it's not we flying on a whim. We can go get the directions we need to succeed. And just for me being here, I feel like I've just been a success to myself. You know, like I have a couple hiccups here and there, but all in all, I have you to reach out to me Saturdays. How you doing? I have John call me. How you doing? You good? Like, you don't get that all the time. That means a lot to me. Like, it keeps me grounded. Like, for real, it keeps me level-headed. Like, because I need that sometimes. And most companies, you don't get that. Just most companies, they just care about the dollar and not the individual. Right here, we care about the individual. The dollar's gonna come. We out there. That's what we out there doing, is to get the dollar. But it starts right here.
Mm-hmm.
It starts in here, and then we takes it out there, and we feed it to our crew. You know, this is what this company is about. You know, we are a group of guys and girls that comes together, and it's awesome, man. It's just awesome. Like, we have our Zoom meetings. You see everybody on the Zoom meetings. Everybody's got a win. Everybody's, whether they woke up this morning, whether they got their job, whether they knocked out the building, everybody has a win. And those are the wins for our company, not only just for the company, but for ourselves.
Right.
You know, and it's nothing more beautiful, man, than getting the task, finishing it, completing it, walking away from it, and everybody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
To me, like I said earlier on my Zoom meeting, man, this is my stage. I'm the artist. Everybody here to watch me and watch us. They here to watch PHP bring this building together. Because that's what we do. We bring life to the buildings. So, you know, and I'm just here just sharing my wins with Greg Quinlan. You know what I mean? You already know.
Yeah, those Zoom meetings, it's changed the culture within the business.
Yes.
I'm so grateful that I started that because, like you said, I've heard individuals go, you know what, Greg, I'm not having the greatest day, but I woke up today and that's all I got for my win. And then all of a sudden you hear the energy, everything takes off. You hear Chad,
Yeah.
and then I hear you, and then I'm looking at him on the other screen, and they're like, okay, yeah, let's go, here it goes.
Yeah.
And everybody's getting hyped,
Yeah.
and they're super excited at that
And
point.
it's still early in the morning. So now from that hype, that carries.
Right.
That carries the guys through the day. Like I have guys call me individually, man, you get hyped on them Zoom meetings. That's what I do. I'm hype all the time. I'm walking fast. I'm moving fast. That's what I do. I'm trying to get from point A to point B. I'm trying to skip B and get to C.
But it's like being a leader too, Larry. You have to lead by example. And when greatness attracts greatness, negativity attracts negativity,
True.
and positive actions create and attract positive actions.
Exactly.
And that 9:00 Zoom, it's perfect timing because every morning is just crazy. Everybody's trying to get their tools and their equipment to the workplace.
Yep.
You got other trades in your way. You're trying to figure this out. You're trying to figure that out. And it's chaos. And then 9:00, you get on that Zoom and then you just start hearing all this positive stuff.
Yeah. And everybody looks forward to it, man. It's like you said, it's like a train we started in a company. You know what I mean? It just gets everybody morale up, Whether a guy woke up this morning and he still have a job, that's a win.
Right.
Maybe he was a granola. He said what he said, it's still a win. You know what I mean? We get to hear positivity win. Guys go fishing. That's a win.
Right.
But I'm telling you right now, just like guys going fishing, if it wasn't for PHP, they probably wouldn't be going fishing. They'll be doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys have given people second chances, like real second chance opportunities to be a better person and a better citizen. You know what I mean? And somebody like me, like you said, the leadership. I never knew I was a leader until you guys put me in a leadership position. I didn't really believe that guys would follow me. Now I see pretty much everybody in the company will follow me. And I'll do the same thing with the next guy. I'll follow Warner. I'll follow Joe. As long as we've been led right, I'm going to follow. But by you guys giving me that leadership position, I never knew I was a leader. I led my kids.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I could lead other grown men. You know what I mean? And that was like a big weight on my shoulder, not to fail. And sometimes, like you guys used to tell me all the time, you're going to fail. You're going to get kicked in the butt sometimes. Deal with it. It's part of the journey. And like I said, again, great mentors to tell you, snap your finger, don't worry about it, we're off to the next.
Right.
And that's how we do it. It's not saying that it's not still in the back of our head, not saying that we don't want to go back and correct it, because I always want to go back and correct my mistakes, and I have many opportunities to do it and have done it. But it's like, we make mistakes. You guys don't jump down our throat, suspend us, fire us. It's like, pick yourself up. We'll get through it. We'll figure it out. Might pull somebody off of this job, put somebody else on it, but we figure it out. And that's what I love about you guys, man. It's, especially you, Greg. You're always open to ideals. You're always willing to listen and be reasonable.
Right.
So, and that's like, those are big pluses to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when I started this company, just like you said, I worked like 6 months straight, and Lawyer had to tell me, you need to slow down. You don't burn yourself out. I'm still here and I ain't burnt out yet.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 52.
Yeah.
They put me out there like that.
But I had to.
Yeah.
Because people need to hear that, right? It's, yeah, you're 52, but you're still out there doing what these kids are doing.
Yeah.
And you're leading by example. Like you said, I get point A and I skip point B, I get to C because I'm trying to get there fast. I have a job to do.
I have a job to do.
And at the end of the day, we run a business. We run a family-oriented business. But like you said, at the end of the day, it boils down to a business decision, right? And I understand that we all make mistakes, but it's not about dwelling on that mistake. You understood what you did wrong.
Right.
And it's time to move past that. Now, if you continue to make the same mistake over and over and over and over again, then we have a serious problem, and then we're going to have a different conversation.
Yeah.
At that point. But typically, it's 1 to 2 times at the max.
At the max.
Because the one thing that we've done as adults now in changing our life is we've realized that what we did in the past doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So right there, we've already made a change. Mm-hmm. So now when we make mistakes, we're more prone to go, whoa, I'm never going to do that again.
Yeah.
Right? Because we know.
We know. Painting in the heat with a nap. You better be careful. Don't do it. You messed up the first time. Don't do it again. Like you said, we know. It's just being conscious of the work, And like you said earlier, just having fun. I love what I do. I never knew I was a painter until I came here. I never knew I had it in me. I remember the first time I was working with Robin. We were doing a residential. She asked me to cut this bathroom, man. And I actually, literally, I take out my box cutter.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And I started cutting in the corner of the wall. And she came in there and she chewed me out. She was like, I was like, you said cut the wall in. So I cut it in. But I knew after that, when somebody say cut something in, I knew not to take out that knife and cut it in. Mistakes. You make them once, don't make the same one twice.
Right.
So it's just learning curves and learning the lingo, learning the language, learning how to move around, just being attentive to it. Mm-hmm. Studying it, paying attention. We do so many great things here, man. It's amazing. Like, for reals. Like, we used to do the barbecues. I tell guys, oh, you guys do barbecues? Yeah, we do barbecues. Man, some guys even don't even know when you guys pull up on the job. They'll sit there and run their mouth, and sometimes, me, I'll let them run their mouth. Because they don't know who you is, and I'll just be like, man, hey, man, that's the boss right there. And they be, oh, that's the boss. Some guys never met the boss of the companies. Mm-hmm. In our company, they get to meet you guys.
We know everybody.
That's a blessing. Some guys, and guys likes that.
Right.
They really likes that. Like, even to come in the shop in the morning, oh, we get coffee? Man, we do all that. You come here and hang out, just get to the job on time. Mm-hmm. Get you some coffee, mingle with the fellas, pick up some supplies, whatever. So, we make it happen around here. I love it here.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I ain't gonna stop.
All gas, no brakes.
No brakes. My brakes squeaking right now.
What's funny is I remember when I hired Chad LeBon. Mm-hmm. And he had been with his previous company for, I think, 9 years. And I asked him, I said, what is it with that company that kept you for so long? And he said, it was knowing the owners, how much they paid attention to their employees. Mm-hmm. And when he said that, it really, me and John, we had already been doing this. Mm-hmm. But that just kind of gave me that push to make it happen more.
Yeah.
To get out there to the jobs and see, because sometimes I don't get to meet the people that we hire.
Yeah.
I'm not here during the interview or the interview process. So I don't get to meet them.
Yeah.
And then I find out later in the day when I get back to the office that, hey, we hired somebody today. So over the next week or two, I make it a point to get out to that job and introduce myself and that individual, because it does mean a lot.
It means a lot.
It does. And it carries value. It carries a lot of weight.
It does.
Because it shows that it's like for us being in the past, mm-hmm. all we were was just a number.
That's it.
And being in a company, I don't want any of the employees to be just a number. I want them to be a part of our family. I want them to know that they are cared for, they are respected, and we do value what they do within this company. Because at the end of the day, each individual painter is a representative of this company.
Yes, sir.
And we have to make sure that they all carry the same value that we all do in this company.
And that's what's good about the mission statements, you know what I mean? And the core values is they're going to at least mark off 3 of those core values that they like. And that's fine. You don't have to be with all of them, but as long as you have at least 3 of them, that shows growth. The other ones will come. But, you have to have integrity in your work, just in yourself, You have to be accountable. You know, it's just a lot. And all that makes a big difference in this company. Most guys, when I do my little hiring process with these guys on the onboarding, and I give them the little pamphlet, they're like, "Oh, what's this now?" Explain it to them. This is part of our company. This is what we stand on. You know, this is who he is. Take it home, read it. I'm questioning you during our little onboarding process. You'll be with me for a week. Either you're going to work out or you're not. If you're not studying the pamphlet, and I know you're not really serious, you're just pretty much here for a paycheck.
Right.
And you know me, I'm always looking to weed guys out there just trying to get a paycheck. I'm looking for longevity, hard workers. You know how I move.
People that are invested.
Yeah, you got to be invested because you guys be invested in us. I know you guys invested in me, so, you know me, I'm going to go above and beyond. Whether I have to go out of town, be gone for a week or two at a time, it don't matter to me. I'm here. This is home. It don't stop, like you said, all gas, no brakes. You know, I'm getting there one way or the other. You know me, you went out of town. I'm chasing you and blew my engine up. All gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
We're going to make it happen.
I'll never forget that day.
Yeah, we're going to make it. We didn't had a journey here. I've been here through a journey. We didn't been through some things and we still moving.
Right.
I mean, this company, Greg, you and John have, just by watching you guys, like, I never had a bank account. And I've been here and watching you guys mimicking things. I'm, had a bank account since I started here. I used to save money in the shoebox. Now it's in the bank. I never had good credit. My credit score is 751. There's just a lot of things, man. I mimic you a lot, man. Like, I see how you is with your family, with your wife. My ex-wife, she passed, but I'll be looking, but I adore that, So the way you move, I try to mimic it. The way you carry yourself, I try to mimic it. Some things I do, you catch me. You correct me. I appreciate that. I never had that. You know what I mean? And I didn't have uncles, but there was more like, hey, do it this way. This the proper way. It was like, yeah, do it that way. You be all right. Even though it was the wrong way, we'll get, it might lead to something other. But here with you, man, it's I ain't trying to get sentimental and emotional, but you guys instilled a lot into me. And I just had a hiccup a couple weeks ago, and I know I'm going to deal with it. But talking to you, you laid into me, and I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
That showed me that you cared. Like, that showed me you genuinely cared about me, because we had a cordial conversation, then you say, man, skip that. I'm getting into you.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I love that, man, coming from you. Like, you treat me like a brother, you know what I mean? You treat me like family. Family going to speak up for family. Family's going to put it on the line and tell them this is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been a regular employee. You could be like, hey, man, that's on you. Deal with it. But you didn't. You generally showed me you cared, and then I talked to John about it. He showed me he cared, and it is what it is. And I appreciate that, man, from you guys.
Yeah.
I really do.
I know you do.
Like, them talks be meaningful to me. I done been at the house when you call me girlfriend over there or one of my friends over there, and they're like, man, who's that? That's my boss. Man, your boss call you? Yeah, they be checking on me. They be like, so they be like, that's cool. You know what I mean? They be checking on me, man. So, which is fine, because you know me, I can get loose, but always in the back of my mind, my job. Don't let Greg and John down. You got not only you and John, I have a team that depends on me to show up every day. I have guys depend on me. Like, if I don't show up to a job, guys are like, man, scratching their head, man, where are we going? Like, which way do we go? Like, so that's why I'm here every day. Because y'all depend on me, I depend on y'all, and I got guys that depend on me. So, and it's that leadership role, man. It's, they going to follow a leader. That's what they going to do. If I can show up, they can show up.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot, man, that I deal with emotionally from you guys, and I love it.
Yeah. And it's like we were talking at the beginning, it's creating that leadership within each individual person. And the goal for a leader is to make success easy for the person underneath them. And yeah, when you don't show up, then there's a problem.
Yeah. They don't know where to go.
Right.
Because we get our information here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to bring it to them. I mean, they can paint, but what are they painting? Where do they know where the paint go? You know? So that's what we there for. And I love my job. I love everything about the company. I love the job. I love the people here. I love what we got going on now. You guys got these podcasts jumping off. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
This is PHP, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all, this is my wins with Greg Quinlan, and you are listening to Larry Wilson.
Yeah. Mr. Wilson.
Already, MF, in the building.
That's so cool.
Yeah, no, like you guys give me in the beginning, you know, training like Isaiah and them, Joe, a bunch of other guys. It was nice to do that. It was nice to show them guys what you showed me and passing it on down, and I'm still doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like you showed me something, I'm keeping it. No, I'm gonna pass it. Like I tell Kenny, I got a position for you. He'd be like, what? My position. He'd be like, I can't get that. You can get it. Chase it. I might find another position. But this is a hard position right here, little buddy.
It is.
It's a hard one.
Because every new hire goes through you.
Yeah.
And when Isaiah does the interview process, he's telling them, hey, you're going with Larry Wilson.
Yeah.
And Larry Wilson either makes or breaks. He's looking for people that want to be here and be a part of a family, a different culture, different business.
That's it.
Something that's not like anything else.
No.
So they're warned.
They warned, and they try to put their best foot forward, and I have to slow them down sometimes. Look, don't be trying to impress me. That's the wrong way. Because you're impressing me, you're messing up.
Right.
You know, just, you said you can do it, just do your thing. It's just like when you guys show up, some guys they get nervous. Don't get nervous. It's time to show out.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it's all about. This is our stage. We are rock stars, you know? I mean, you know, like you asked me earlier, how Sam's Club coming. You know, Sam's Club is coming along. We had the little barbecue yesterday. The Sam's Club's reps was there. Everybody involved with Sam's Club that's up was there. They were ecstatic about it. They pretty much told everybody that had hands-on in that project is coming back to the next projects. They talking about they was going to do 10 to 20 of them a year. And they really was praising the painters and, you know, the stucco guys. They pretty much praised everybody, but they real happy with what's going on over there.
Good.
So, you know, we just putting our best foot forward, man, and we trying to make PHP proud. Keep them dollars coming in.
Yeah.
And with me, it's really not about the dollars, and I get it from you. It's about the relationships.
100%.
It's about the relationships. Without the relationship, there's no dollars.
It's job security.
It's job security.
Because 60% of this business that me and John have done is built around relationships. It's just like the estimators. I'm telling them all the time that it's not just about sending off a proposal and hoping that somebody is going to give you a job. You need to call them. You need to talk to them. You need to get to know them.
You want to hear your
You
voice.
see me every time I get onto a job, I'm going straight to the top.
Yeah.
I want to talk. I want to communicate. I want to get to know them on a personal level because my job is to build a report. Let them know, hey, the owner of the company is out here looking at this job.
Yep.
That shows a company that the owners of that company really care about their jobs and their relationships with these GCs.
Most definitely.
So
Definitely. And I still do the same thing from day one. I'm going to need some more business cards because I still pass my business cards out and to these GCs, and you know, because that's what I was taught. You know, and I go get to know them personally, talk to them a little bit, and let them know who I am, you know what I mean, my position. And they're like, oh, okay. So I still do the same thing, man. You know, it's about the relationships. You know, I know a bunch of GCs around here love to see me on their jobs. Or I might pull up on another job and they'll be like, hey, man, Larry, you still with them? Man, I ain't going nowhere. You mean? I just had John Warner. Met some guy at Accent Aviation that knew me. I talked to him on the phone. John was like, man, you be knowing, man, I done worked around a gang of people. So it's the relationships, just building relationships, man, with these GCs and these big companies, you know, putting PHP on the map. Like you said earlier, we are a representation of the company. everything we do, we represent the company out there. So we try to run these guys professionally as we should. And we try to carry ourselves professionally. Like I might joke and laugh and giggle with guys. At the same time, you know me, I'll be dead serious. That's just how I come across. I'm dead serious, but can't be mean about it. It's just, you know, the relationship side, man, you know. Got to.
Yeah.
Can't be mean all the time. Ain't nobody want to work with you.
No.
So, you know, but I like what we have going on here. It's beautiful. You know, the podcast thing, you know, watching everybody share their wins with Greg Quinlan.
Got to get the message out there, man.
Got to get
we
the
have
message
to.
out there. We trying to paint the world.
Yeah.
For real. We really trying to paint the world. We really trying to paint all of Phoenix. Any piece we can, sidewalks, it don't matter. We do striping, we do it all. Whatever needs some paint on it, we got you.
Yeah. Well, Larry, man, I really appreciate you coming on. Even though you almost brought me to tears for a second.
No, man, I choked up a little bit. You know, I love you guys, man. I love this company. I love the opportunities that y'all pass out to everybody. Either they make it or they don't, but you have that opportunity.
Right.
You know, you was given that opportunity. You know, it wasn't nothing that was handed to you. You worked for it. Whether you run with it and win with it, then it's a win with Greg Quinlan.
Yeah.
PHP.
I appreciate you, and I love you too, man. I really do.
No, I do too, big guy.
And I'm super excited to see what the future holds for you. You know, this is not the end of the road.
No.
We have a long way to go.
We got a long way to go.
A long way.
I'm only 52.
But Larry, what's your biggest win in life right now?
Man, my biggest win in life right now, man, is having a steady job, having a job that owners that care about me, you know, and pretty much, man, being on my own right now. You know, I've been stable in my own crib for past 3-4 years, up on all my bills, you know, driver's license, you know, insurance on my car. I have a bunch of little wins. Like, these are little, it might not sound like a big win to people, but these are all wins to me. These are something I used to deal with, where I either have license, no insurance, that's a ticket. Now I have insurance, I have my license, I have my own crib, I got a bank account, I got good credit. All thanks to PHP, man, that's a major win right there. Like, I couldn't ask for nothing else, and everything else that's going to come. It's just going to come, and I'm just going to be patient and just work hard for it. That's a big win for me. So having a steady job here showed me how to be stable. Showed me how to be consistent. Like, I don't have no worries. Other than, you know, some personal stuff, but that's here or there.
Right.
And that's almost up, so.
Yeah.
That, you know, patience. Just patience, man. That's one of my biggest wins.
One foot in front of the other.
One foot in front of the other. Sometimes I have to keep that other one back there, though, because he'll slide off on me. Yeah.
Like I said, man, I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you having me, Greg.
Yeah. So what's your win? Let's hear it. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
You know, I mean, it's a privilege to be out here working with these guys. And then just hearing all your guys' wins and everything that we're doing in the company, guys. We all appreciate everything that upper management in the office and all you guys are doing for us. And let's just keep grinding, man.
My win was giving Chad a raise over the weekend. That was kind of nice, being able to do that in front of everybody and give him props.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So my win this morning is a $142,000 contract. Let's go. That's all I got.
That's enough.
You know, my win for the day, everybody being safe, everybody, you know, looking out for each other here and making sure everybody stays on track was a huge win for us yesterday. So we're going to proceed to do the same again today. And you guys have a safe Friday.